Hey, Knight fans, Marc Daniels here. We get a chance to catch up with one of the newest members of the UCF Knights basketball team, Darius Perry, who is connecting with us from home. Darius, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What goes in a typical day right now? How do you keep yourself busy in the middle of all this right now?
I just try to get as much work in as possible throughout the day. Still got little churches and gyms here and there that are open, and everything else I try to do outside. So I get up at 10 or not 9 or 10 every morning, and I just start my day off then, and I go from around 9 to 5, and then after that I'm done for the day.
You a big video game guy?
Not at all. I hate playing the game. It's the worst.
Wow, you're like the only person that's not a video game guy.
I hate it. It's just not fun to me. I've never been a big video game guy my whole life.
So you're the type of guy that'll see your teammates that are obsessed with it and go, "Man, what are y'all doing? Right? Let's go shoot
Yeah,
some balls in the gym, right?"
yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely play every now and then, but I'm not big on it. I won't be doing it by myself in the middle of the night for sure.
So let's talk a little bit about UCF. Tell me how the process came about. What led you make a decision to come and join the Knights?
Since high school, my whole goal has just been to find somewhere where I really like the staff, I like the environment, and I think I can get along with the players, and along with that, just somewhere I want to be wanted. And UCF seemed like the perfect spot for me, honestly. After talking to Johnny Dawkins and the rest of the staff, it was just seemed like a perfect fit. I created a good relationship with every single one of those guys. Um, I met a couple of players, and they all seemed pretty down to earth, pretty cool guys. And then the situation as far as basketball just seemed perfect for me.
What's that role like for you as you step in with someone that's got experience, and yet it's a new team, and yet in a way you're going to be asked to be kind of a leader, as one of the older players. How do you do that with the new team?
I think that just starts with building a relationship with all the guys. The closer I can become with those guys and learn their games and their personalities, I think the better off I'll be being able to lead them on and off the court. And I think I'm at an advantage just because my last year, my sophomore year and my last year at Louisville, both years I had a grad transfer come in and have to kind of lead us and being a better team on and off the floor. So I think I can take some of those things that they showed me and take it to UCF.
Let's go back a little bit. As you're growing up, did you play any other sports than basketball? And when maybe did you realize I think I'm pretty good at this basketball thing?
um, I never played another sport. I always wanted to, but I was scared if I played another one, I wouldn't be as good as basketball anymore. Kind of getting away, and I was all in basketball, so I never played another one. And then, as far as me being good at basketball, it was kind of a process for me. When I was 9, 10, 11 years old, I never really made an AAU team. And then when I did get on the team, I didn't play unless we were up 30 or down 30. So for me, it was just working as hard as I could. And then my confidence just came from when I finally did make that team and was able to play in the crucial part of the games.
Tell me about high school. You played and part of a successful team. The importance of that team, the coach, and playing on a team that competed at the high level. How did that help your game grow?
It helps a lot. It helps you. You have to mature really fast to be able to play on a team like that, especially in high school. When you got guys that play at a really high level on your team. I mean, there's no time for being a kid. You have to grow up really fast and be able to help that team in any way possible. So I think it was really good for me to be able to do that.
Remember your first dunk?
My first dunk was in 8th grade.
Tell me about it.
Um, we were, in middle school, you always want to try to touch the rim and things like that. Well, I could already kind of grab the rim. So a lot of my teammates were urging me and kind of persuading me to try to dunk one. And I threw it up a couple of times and got close. And after about 6 tries, I think I actually finally made it. We ran around
Uh,
the gym.
yeah. What players perhaps do you look at to try to emulate their game? I know that in reading about it, Michael and Kobe are guys that you felt were influencers. Why and what players playing today do you look at and follow?
Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, just because their ethic, their mindset, and the way they approach the game. I mean, I think everybody should look up to them if they don't, and I think everybody does. They're just two great players who really approach the game differently than you see nowadays and than you ever seen before. And I think early on they were just inspirational for me, and then when I realized I couldn't be 6'6", 215. Like those guys, I kind of gravitated towards the Damian Lillards of today. And that's my favorite player right now. That's who I kind of look up to and try to model my game after and things like that.
You're a guy also known for your defense, which a lot of young players do not kind of invest in that.
Mhm.
What does that mean to you to be known as a good defensive player, and what makes a good defensive player, you think?
I think it means a lot, honestly, just because it makes my game makes it more broad. I mean, I offer so much on the floor just because I can play on both. And I think a good defensive player is simply just effort. I don't think I do anything differently than anybody else. I just give a lot of effort on the floor on the defensive end.
From an offensive standpoint, what will Knight fans get to see from you? What would you describe your offensive game to be?
I think it's fast. It's up tempo. It's fun to watch, and while I can score the ball really well, I think I can get my teammates involved really well as well. And I think it's going to be a lot fun to watch. It's going to be a lot of ball movement, a lot of fast paced movement, and a lot of scoring.
What'd you learn? I mean, you're a guy that's played off the ball and at the same time, was asked at Louisville to become a point guard at times. Obviously, that makes you versatile. But tell me how that has gone for you for someone that played off the ball and then at the same time got comfortable, on the ball a little bit more.
My whole life, I've never really played on the ball. Kind of played more off the ball. So personally, just playing off the ball has always been more comfortable. It's less thinking there. But being on the ball, just having an opportunity to play that position early on last year and some my sophomore year and things like that has really helped me a lot. And over the summer, that's really what I'm focusing on, just being the best point guard I can be and trying to be better in that aspect.
Um, I've seen biggest influence for you is your dad. Tell me about family and tell me about your dad. Why is a big influence on you?
Uh, I mean, he's just always been there. He's been a big part of my life, and every step I've taken, he's seen it and he's been there and he's critiqued it in some type of way. So, I mean, you can't really ask more of that from your dad or anybody in your family than just help you become the best person and best player you can be. And it's never been about basketball with him. It's just making me a better man and making sure that I can succeed in whatever I was trying to do.
Family important to you?
Family very important to me. I think that's the number one thing for me. I want to see everybody do well in my family, and I think they want to see me do well in the same aspect, in the same light, in the same aspect. And I think we all support each other really well. We're really all close, and that's what makes us who we are.
All right, a little bit more so our fans get to know about you. Right now, if I was to ask you the music you might play before the game to get yourself focused and ready to play a big game, what artists might we catch you listening to?
You're gonna hear me listen to Little Baby, uh, Meek Mill, um, probably some Nipsey Hussle, and those is it. That's probably the ones I'm probably gonna cycle through right there. Those get me ready every time.
I understand you're a cat guy. You like
Hmm.
cats.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yeah.
Why cat? I'm a cat guy too, so I'm with you. But what is it about cats? I mean, guys are supposed to like dogs. What about cats?
uh, I feel like they're like me. I kind of just chill. Like on the court, you may see a whole different guy who's jumping around, laughing and doing the most. But off the court, I'm a chill guy. I like to be to myself. I like chilling in my room, stuff like that. I'm not really that guy I am on the court, and I feel like a cat is almost the same. So I kind of gravitate towards
Do
them.
you cook?
I'm not gonna lie, I do not. But my breakfast, I do make breakfast. My
What do you make?
breakfast is
What's your go-to breakfast?
my go-to pancakes, eggs, and sausage, and probably some
Pretty good
hash.
breakfast. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Nicknames that you like to be called, and ever get a nickname that you didn't like?
Um, I just like to be called Darius, if I'm being honest. But I mean, if I had to have a nickname, I've been called DP, been called Perry, been called P D. Those are fine with me. Nicknames I do not like. My aunt called me Derry before. I don't like that one. Um, I I mean, I don't really have any I don't like. People usually could just call me Darius.
I'm just making a note. Do not call dairy. I'm sticking with that. Um, any place that you've not yet been to that you'd really like to go to, whether it's in the United States or anywhere in the world? Any place you want to travel to?
Mm, no, I'm not really big on the travel. I mean, I would appreciate to go anywhere, but as far as wanting to go somewhere, I'm cool where I'm at.
Last movie you saw?
Last movie I saw was called Two Guns with
You,
Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg.
are you a big movie guy?
Uh, I am, but I'm not gonna sit in my room and watch a movie by myself. I like to watch them with people.
Gotcha. Favorite candy, like a go-to candy. I love to have this, whether it's chocolate or sweet.
Don't eat candy anymore. I haven't eaten it since the 11th grade of high school. But when I was eating candy, my go-to candy was a white chocolate Kit Kat.
Those are good, right? When they came out, you're like, yeah, yeah,
Very elite.
yeah. Have you seen how they got them in mint too and stuff? I mean, it's
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's tempting when it's right there and stuff like that, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of tempting. Um, before I let you go, what do you want UCF fans to know about you? We touched on what your strengths are, but if you come to this team, what do you want them to know about the type of player that they're going to see for UCF next season?
Um, I just want them to know it's gonna be fun. I think I'm really fun to watch, and of, aside from the up tempo stuff, I think it's just fun. It's just, I like to get the ball movement. I'm not really kind of guy who wants to be too ball dominant and trying to make everything go through me. But I want to see everybody do well. I want to see everybody do great. So whether I'm on the court or on the bench, it's gonna be a show, and I want them to know that.
All right, two last questions. One, the goal is you always want to be sitting next to me for post game. It means he's had a good game. So let's hope we sit next to each other for post game a lot. And
Okay.
two, can you explain, because of all my years, which is 25 years at UCF, and I
Mhm.
observe the bus seating for a basketball team, who gets to sit in the back, who sits, does it matter to you when a team gets on the bus where guys sit, do upperclassmen certain areas and things like that? I'm always amazed to watch how that develops on a team.
Older guys get first pick, younger guys get what's ever left. That's how it works. So
So
for the older guys want the back, the older guys get the back, younger guy got to sit in the front.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's back there? I don't sit in the back. I'm usually in the front, in the fifth row. What's back there? I've never been back there.
I don't understand what it is about the back, but it's just the spot. That's where you're supposed to sit at. That's where you gravitate to. I don't know why.
That smile, you're going to see him this coming year for UCF. Hey, Darius, thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Stay safe, and I know that Night Nation's excited to see you soon. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Amen.
All right.